Okay. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us on this exciting Monday. It is time to talk about Mississippi's view of this approaching phenomenon. The celestial event, the generational event so many of us have been waiting on, is underway. The solar eclipse happening now. We have team coverage for you today as this event unfolds. Chief Meteorologist David Hartman is in Dallas in the path of totality right now, with the sun completely blocked by the moon. Here in Mississippi, expecting 90% coverage. Christina Kay is in Jackson, where some of our youngest viewers will have their opportunity to look up this afternoon. There's also a viewing party right here where I am at the National Military Park in Vicksburg. We've got people of all ages back here behind me, kids taking the day off of school, grandparents who've come into town to see all of this excitement. We'll learn more about the plans here in just a moment. But Troy Johnson is surrounded by the science of it all in Gulfport. Troy, why don't we start there with you and some of these NASA experts?
Well, we are at the Infinity Science Center, actually in Bay St. Louis, Mississippi, and of course, it is one of the places where a lot of people come to visit when they visit the Stennis Science Center. And of course, I have Camille Shaw with me today. We're ready for the eclipse. You excited?
Yeah, very excited.
What are we going to see? I know we're at like 82% totality here, so we're not going to get the complete blackout that we're going to see in Dallas or some other places. Well, just kind of give us the play-by-play of what we're going to experience.
Okay, well, it still would be, dark like dusk, and we could still hear, difference in sound as far as animals kind of preparing for the night. Maybe birds would stop chirping and things would get kind of quiet. It should cool down. Unfortunately, we may not be able to see it because of the cloud cover, but hopefully we'll get to experience still, the sounds and the feeling of it. There may be, if there's a break in the cloud, you may be able to see it. And I do want to remind everyone, still clouds do not protect your eyes. And so make sure you still wear your glasses if you get a break in the clouds and you're able to see it. So I do want to remind people of that. But, even though we're maybe not see it, there's a lot of science that's happening around it.
And talk a little bit about the science, just in general, what kind of science is really kind of happening to the planet. Obviously, the insects, the animals are reacting to this sudden change in what their normal routine would be.
Right. Yes, that's happening. But also, there's a lot of observations that are happening even by our citizen scientists. So I think that part's very exciting. There's a lot of people engaged as far as the Sun Sketcher app. People are taking pictures that we're going to be able to look at that data later. Ham radio operators are going to be very active before, during, and after the eclipse, and we're going to be able to see how radio waves are affected. And even after the eclipse, there's going to be lots of data to be analyzed, and citizen scientists are going to have opportunity to also analyze data.
Wow. Is there one particular piece of data that you think folks are really going to be looking forward to analyzing quickly? What do you think that might be?
The big thing about the eclipse is that the area around the sun called the corona, normally you can't really see it because it's pretty dim compared to the rest of the sun. So when the moon, blocks out the rest of the sun, we're able to really study that a lot closer. We'll be able to see that.
All right, Troy, thank you. Great to hear from you guys on the coast right now. I think the ringleader of our eclipse coverage here, and certainly our personal eclipse expert, has been our own chief meteorologist, David Hartman, who's been in the path of totality, waiting for this moment the past few days. Want to go out live to Davis now in Dallas, Texas.
David. Well, we are almost to totality here. The skies have cleared off. The temperature is already dropping. I get emotional. This is just unbelievable. Think how this works. The moon is 400 times smaller than the sun, and the sun is 400 times further away. It makes this possible. And we're just about to totality here. In the next minute, we're looking for the diamond ring and Bailey's beads as it goes to totality. We'll be able to take our glasses off here very shortly. I got my binoculars, and look how dark it is now. If you take your glasses off, we're coming into the shadow. Here we go. It's just about to go total. Look for the diamond ring.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
There it is. It's dark. The street lights are on. And the temperature is, so there it is. That's the diamond ring right there. Look at the diamond ring. Spectacular. Oh, look, there's a small cloud and you see a halo. Look at that. The diamond ring is still, you can still see the diamond ring. Unbelievable. And there it is. That's the sun's atmosphere. You're looking at the corona of the sun. That's the sun's atmosphere. Unbelievable. Even though I saw it in Nashville in 2017, it's spectacular. The rays of sun. There to the right, you can see planets coming out. We got Venus and Jupiter visible to the right, and to the left of the sun, it is a night sky. If you look far off to our west, it looks like twilight. Off to the east, the shadow is a little bit deeper and thicker, and it is nighttime. We're looking for 3 minutes. Look at the neighbors, all their garden lights have come on. This is darker than Nashville. In 2017, the moon was further away. The moon is closer. I just can't believe it. This is unbelievable. It just puts the eclipse of 2017 so small to this. Oh my gosh. We have 4 people with us that have never seen a total solar eclipse. And there's not a cloud near. Not a cloud near. It's just perfect conditions for us. Looking off to the southwest, the sky is orange. Car just went by. All his lights are on. I think the temperature has dropped about 10 degrees, and look at that. The corona just continues to blaze. What a difference. And if it's 100% or nothing. If you're outside the shadow, it's totally different. Oh, I'm getting a selfie with my wife here. 2017, we got one in Nashville. Did we get it there? We can hear everybody yelling off in the distance. I mean, I've even lost track of the time, but it's probably just about over. No. It's probably just about over. And we'll have the diamond ring again. I did not notice the Bailey's beads. Look on the lower right hand, that was a spectacular diamond ring that we saw. If you put your glasses on, you can't even see the eclipse right now. How is something like that even possible? This type of eclipse will happen in Jackson in 2045. And the eclipse will last 6 minutes. The moon will be even closer than it is this time. The rays of the sun's atmosphere, visible by the naked eye. We're watching the right side of the sun. We still can see the 2 planets. There's the diamond ring again. The diamond ring. Here comes the sun. The total eclipse is over. And with your glasses, you can see Bailey's beads on the right side a little bit. That's the sun's rays passing through the craters, the crater surface of the moon. Oh, and look at that. It's getting bright. Bright again. Holy cow. That was just unbelievable. Well, the total eclipse is over. We got family here. Everybody just tearing up. That was absolutely spectacular to see that. Almost breathless. So I hope you all enjoyed that. We got Ken Johnson. He used to do weather on Channel 16. He's Wichita Falls. Say hello to Mom and Dad out there.
Mom and Dad are watching, David. That was the most incredible thing I've ever seen.
I told Ken, I said, you'll understand when it happens.
Listen, if you weren't 100%, then you haven't seen it.
Waited 7 years. I went through that in August of 2017 in Nashville. And we got relatives from Kansas here, family, all here waving over there. See, look, Suzanne Coyne from Kansas down there.
Mopping her face.
How was that? That was spectacular. I got a mic on. That was something else, wasn't it?
I teared up, and I don't know why.
And my beautiful wife who said she didn't want to be on TV.
But
it's unbelievable.
my face too.
It's unbelievable. My daughter, her friend, unbelievable, wasn't it?
That was awesome.
Absolutely.
That was so cool.
Unbelievable. So we ended up with perfect conditions. And I've been talking about it for weeks, and we get people on Facebook. I don't understand what the excitement is. If you were in the path of totality, it was unbelievable, absolutely spectacular. My voice was cracking up, and just very, very emotional. When you were broadcasting back to Wichita Falls.
Yeah.
And they're only, what, 95%?
95%, that was it.
And I know back in Jackson, cloudy, showers, and, even with a 90% coverage, it's just not the same.
No, it's not. It's not. I mean, David, the moon, you could see the outline of the sun. You could see the diamond effect. It was the most spectacular thing I've ever witnessed.
I don't recall the diamond ring being that spectacular in 2017 in Nashville. So this is what is that? How long is 2045? That's 21 years we have to wait to see something like that again. And there are eclipses every year, but the fact that two of them here in the last 7 years went through such populated areas, absolutely just unbelievable. So it's just hard to believe. You knew it was going to be spectacular from what we saw in 2017, but just to see that evolve again. I know Kristana was going to be out at St. Andrews, and they were going to hopefully see some of the eclipse, but just looks like a no-go. Hopefully they were watching the broadcast. So I guess we're going to throw it back to the studio now, and that eclipse shadow was traveling about 1,700 miles per hour over us, and it'll be about 2,000 miles per hour as it went up into the northeast. Let me take one final look here before we throw it back, and yeah, we just got a sliver. I think we're on the back end now, and we're probably a little more than what would have been visible in Jackson. Absolutely spectacular here. Dallas, Texas. I'm in the Carrollton area of Dallas, Texas. Megan, throw it back to you. Absolutely unbelievable here in Texas. Wow.
David Hartman live in Dallas for us. David, thank you so much for bringing us inside your Eclipse Box Party. I got to say, if you are not in the path of totality, which of course we aren't here in Mississippi, hearing you describe that eclipse has to be the next best thing. You were emotional. We were getting emotional listening to you. I believe we're a couple minutes out from the main event here in Vicksburg, where we are today, and I'm joined by Park Ranger Brendan Wilson. First of all, thank you so much for being with us, Brendan.
Absolutely.
You're a bit of an eclipse expert on your own. Let me get this mic up so people can hear you. Tell me what's going on here today and what we can expect.
Absolutely. So here we're holding what we're calling partial eclipse of the party. We are not getting a total. We don't get totality here, but we're getting 92%, which is still pretty awesome. We do have cloud cover right now, so it's kind of been coming and going today, but we had a great crowd here that have come out to the park, coming outside to see this natural phenomenon. Now, what's also great about our national parks is all across the country, whether their parks are in totality or parks like us, which are only getting a partial eclipse, we have all kinds of special activities that we've created just to celebrate this event. So the Park Service created special viewing glasses that tell you about the two eclipses that we've had right on top of each other, the one in October and this one shows the path. And these are souvenirs that folks can take home. And also we created a special Eclipse Explorer Junior Ranger book. And so participants, kids or adults, any kind, can come here. And if they complete a certain number of activities in the book here, they can earn a special Junior Ranger badge.
And I've seen some kids already walking around with those today.
So it's an exciting way for them to get involved, learn a bit about this whole natural phenomena, and take home some really cool, unique souvenirs from their experience.
Yeah. I know you brought some props out here.
Did.
Explain to us kind of what we're going to be seeing using these props.
Sure. So we're getting just a kind of very basic analog idea of what's happening right now, because we're about a minute away from our peak here at Vicksburg.
Sure.
So we've got the sun's out here, and we've got the Earth, and of course the moon is in between the two of them. So what's happening though is the moon is not that big.
Right.
So it only creates a small shadow, relatively speaking. but it's moving its way from the south, up from Mexico, across the United States. And while we're not in the totality, we're just in a little bit of this shadow on either side here.
Sure.
And so that is why this is pretty cool, is that what makes this special is that it's not the whole country, but it's going over some major populated areas. We just saw Dallas, It's going to go to Cleveland. But even if you're not in the totality, like here in Vicksburg, it's still a chance to see, just even if it's only 92%, a really awesome and amazing event. And it really gives us a sense of how these celestial bodies work. I mean, with our own two eyes, we can really see how the moon, the earth, and the sun all fit together within our solar system, and do it standing right here in the middle of the military park.
It is amazing. And 21 more years until we have an event like this again.
In this area, absolutely, yeah.
All right, Brendan, thank you. We're going to talk to you again, I think, in just a moment. But right now, we want to go out live to Kristana Kay, who's with some of the youngest learners in our area back in Jackson, where they are studying this generational event. Kristana, what's going on there?
Well, we are here live at St. Andrew's Episcopal, and let me just tell you, the entire atmosphere of all of these students have been absolute fire. They have been so excited all day long. They have made all these really cool Eclipse glasses that they have been able to decorate. And the coolest part is, everyone say hi, say hi. I think this kind of goes to show just how excited they are. All right. All right, can y'all back away just for a second? Just for a second. I don't know if y'all can hear me, but I'm going to try to step out of the way real quick. I think Bradley is being bombarded by all the students right now, but one of the coolest things that they were able to see a couple minutes ago was actually a view of the eclipse. You know, it's super cloudy outside right now, but they had one or two small little pockets to where they were able to see everything. And oh my goodness, what a sight it was. You know, the eclipse is reaching totality in the next couple of minutes, and they're going to be able to see even a better view, hopefully, if we can get these clouds to break. So I think these kids are just super excited about everything that has to do with the eclipse today. But I think they're a little distracted by the camera right now. So I'm in the midst with all the students right now. They have the glasses. They're ready to go whenever the clouds try to break apart. But when I tell you, and I'll post this on my social media later, everyone, when they had that small break, they're all just looking up, viewing the eclipse with their glasses. An amazing, amazing sight to see. All right, one more time. Y'all wave hi. Wave hi. All right, I'm going to toss things back to you guys, and we'll see you in a bit.
A moment the kids will never forget there for sure. Kristana live at St. Andrew's Episcopal School. Kristana, thank you. We are going to take a very quick break. We'll be right back here with you with more coverage of the Great Eclipse.